Hello?
What'd you say? You back home?
Yeah, I'm home now.
So, did you got the receipt from the bank for the wire?
No, I didn't do the wire transfer because the branch manager said you were trying to scam me and steal my money, so I did not do it.
Why would the bank would say that?
Because you had me stressed out. I am very upset right now, and I told them it was for Robinhood and there was fraudulent activity on my account, and they said that you were scammers just trying to take my money.
But at the same point, I told you those transactions are already on account, and if you report this to the bank is going to come up with a different story, of course, because
Okay, well, you told me they would freeze my account. They're not going to freeze my account. They just want me to be safe. Can you hold on? There's somebody at my door. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You were trying to explain to me.
I was just saying you that there could be a possibility because these transactions, there were multiple attempts of doing the transaction. So when the bank checks it, when you tell them upfront, so they can verify it before you process the wire transaction. In some cases, I've seen this in the past that these people also try to put some money. So when the bank verifies it, it doesn't give them any harm. It just blocks the banks. Obviously, if you received money from an account which is a bogus account back in China or Russia somewhere, and if the bank says they're a red flagged account, the bank is gonna freeze your account for security purposes, and that freeze goes on for a few months.
I asked them about that. And they said, no, we're not going to freeze your account. We just don't want you to send your money somewhere where it doesn't belong.
Yeah, but I didn't say that we will keep the money. It was just to make sure that the transaction which is on pending will go cancel itself in a better way. When we can represent this to the government as well. There was a transaction being made. There was an attempt of a transaction.
Why would they tell me? I'm sorry. Why would they tell me that you were trying to steal my money and you're a scammer?
I don't know. I didn't speak to the branch manager. I could have explained.
He said these kind of scams are common and that I should be careful.
I mean, we have your account, miss. If we wanted to scam you or something, we could have taken money anywhere from your account straight away.
Yeah, I checked my Robinhood account. I checked my Robinhood account, and these other transactions you were talking about aren't on there.
Yeah, because we have put them on hold, so they haven't cleared yet. So why would you see them?
All right. Well, I mean, I don't understand why you can't just. I mean, you keep saying you're going to put them on hold, but why don't you just? You know that I'm a victim. You know this is fraud. Why don't you just take care of it? I don't understand this whole song and dance.
There is a process to everything, miss. We cannot just do that when it's on the way. When it's pending, it's automatically approved.
Automatically approved? Okay. You approve transactions when a customer tells you it's fraud and they didn't do it? You approve that? I think I am going to need to go to E.F. Hutton. I really do.
I mean, it was approved before, so it's an approved transaction. It's on the way. We have put a hold on that.
All right, but I didn't approve it. I told you it's fraud. You know it's fraud. So why you won't stop this makes no sense.
Unauthorized access to your account can obviously approve it.
All right. Well, I think I'm gonna switch over to E.F. Hutton or Charles Schwab tomorrow because you guys don't seem very safe with my money.
Okay. Well, don't you worry.
Well, I'm sorry. This whole experience has been a bad experience. Yeah. It's been very bad.
I mean, we really, understand that, and we're not, stepping away. We're not saying it's not a bad experience, but we can always, make things better for you. As long as you, report this to us, that's when we make things better for you. Your feedback is much important than anything else.
All right. Well, I'll look forward to talking to you in the morning. Like I said, if we don't get this resolved, I'm going to be taking everything out of your guys' hands and into somebody else's.
You have every right to do that, miss. I'm not going to stop you there because that's your right. You have every right to do that because it's your hard-earned money that you keep in there. But I believe it's a long time that you are connected with Robinhood, as you have like almost above $50,000 in your investment. So you have been dealing with Robinhood for a long time now.
Yeah,
and you haven't faced any kind of issue like this before, right?
No, I've never experienced anything like this before, but I know that
we can just assure you that. We can just assure you that if it happened once, it won't happen again.
All right, I'll look forward to speaking to you tomorrow morning. Hello?
Hi, this is John. Giving a call back from Robinhood. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So today we'll start from the beginning here. It's not like we have to waste, a lot of time here to get this done with. It's just that, yesterday you spoke to a representative, now you speak to a manager, so I know my authorities and I'll, act accordingly and fastly, quickly to make sure I can make this to come to an end, okay?
Well, you said, okay, you told me, okay, I'm going to refresh your memory. You told me that if I mentioned this was for Robinhood and everything that was going on, that they would immediately freeze my bank accounts. And he said no, that we would not do that.
It's not about Robinhood account. I didn't tell you that it was, if you mention Robinhood, they will make sure that when you make Robinhood, when you make Robinhood, they will ask you why are you doing a transaction with Robinhood, which is a deposit, right? So obviously, you would have mentioned that there is a fraud transaction going onto my account. So I'm just making a replica of that, right? So when it comes to fraud transaction, when you mention that, that's when they start interrogating you regarding a transaction which happened first to their bank. It didn't happen to Robinhood. It happened to your banking organization. Said yesterday you have a computer which we can also connect to it and we can make sure we run all the diagnostic scans for something which happened already. We can make sure that doesn't go.
Okay. No.
So we have to make sure.
No, I'm sorry. No. With all due respect, you are not computer people. You just handle my investments. And if something's going on, I need to call Apple.
It's not the computer.
Right.
It's not the computer we will go ahead with. It's just the computer will help us go to the Robinhood account from from a customer's.
I've been to my Robinhood account. I've been to my Robinhood account. I've seen everything, and you can see everything on your end.
Yes, but for some changes to your account, we're limited to make some changes because that's your investment account.
What kind of changes? What kind of changes are you planning to make?
Security changes, two-step verifications, trying to make those account things better.
All right, well, that's something that comes from your end, not my end.
Yeah, but those changes are being made from customers' end. Those are some major security changes in your favor.
Well, I already changed. Well, after I talked to you, I already changed my passwords and everything.
I'm just making sure, Miss, there is, a huge amount of sum in your account. If there is something we needed to do from your end too, we'll do that too. I know.
Well, you can tell me what you want me to do from my end, and I'll do it.
Okay. So you have the computer turned on? You got the computer booted up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Which computer is it? Is it a MacBook or it's a desktop, like a Windows one?
It's a MacBook.
Okay. Did you also install any application on your phone yesterday when Robert told you to do?
The one you mean AnyDesk?
Yeah. You still
No,
have it
I
on your
didn't.
phone?
No, I didn't because Seraph Secure, what I have downloaded on my phone and on my MacBook, protects me, and it said not to do this. No, don't download this. This is a tool used by scammers, so I did not do it.
Oh, that's what it said?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was a warning, so I didn't do it.
Go online to your Robinhood account on your Mac.
Mm-hmm.
And take a picture of the portfolio, the first page, investment page, and you're going to send it to this number.
Okay,
So
time out. Stop. Why would I... Okay, why would I... I'm sorry. Why would I take a picture of everything that you already have in front of your face? That doesn't make any sense to me.
That would be a physical consent from your end that your right now financials, which you see there on your account, are good. There's no deduction yet. There's no, money coming in from anywhere. So I'll keep that as a, proof of you that this is the amount that you would, like to be.
Okay,
make
I
sure
can
that
tell
it's
you
the amount that
verbally.
you did by yourself.
We can do this verbally. I don't need to take a screenshot of something and send it to you on this number when you already have the information on the computer in front of you.
Something verbal. If you say 63,000 verbally, and if you send me a picture of the 63,000 there, would you think that with a picture of something I can make sure I take away your money, or you feel unsafe?
No, you have the information right in front of you, right in front of your face on the computer. This is redundant and stupid to take a screenshot.
I haven't opened it yet. So see, this is. No, don't say those words. That is so stupid that I can see that. Obviously, I work for Robin, so I can see those things. That's nothing to be told. You can tell me.
Oh, okay. I said it. We also said it.
We'll try to follow.
I also said it was redundant. I don't know if you understand the definition of redundant. Do you? I mean, if you need to look it up, I guess. But it's redundant to take a screenshot and show you a picture of something that you have in front of your face.
let me go down to the memory a little bit more, back in the past, Mr. Billy. What's the first, why did you first of all call in the first place?
Because
What
okay,
was the issue that you were
because
facing?
there was a $1,000 fraudulent charge on my Robinhood, or at least it was a charge I didn't recognize. But come to find out that it was done automatically, and I just forgot about it. So it was me. So there isn't really a fraudulent charge anymore.
Would you tell me that if that happened already in the past, you never shared your information with anybody? You think that you haven't done and downloaded any desk or any application which would do so? How would it in the first place?
I'm sorry.
We make sure that it will not happen again.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't understand anything that you were saying. It made no sense to me. I'm sorry. Could you repeat that?
What?
What you were saying didn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense.
Which part of it?
Okay, taking the screenshot, downloading AnyDesk, which I've been warned by my Seraph Secure that this is used by scammers, and then
I would have monitored it. I would take a physical proof of that. If you are not into that, you can take a picture and send it to me, like a document, like whenever you.
I know how to take a screenshot.
Statement to the bank.
I know how to do that, but you have that information, so I'm not going to do that. You have it.
So you're not able to share the statement of your account. That's what you're saying.
I'm not going to because it's stupid and it's redundant. You have the information right in front of you on your computer screen. You shouldn't need a screenshot of what I can see. It makes no sense.
I'm not even sitting at my computer right now.
I'm sorry?
I'm not even sitting at my computer right now.
Well, then go get in front of your computer. You should be if you're trying to work this out. Right? Do you want to put me on hold so you can go get in front of your computer? Or go to your office or whatever?
Trying to bring it on. Your account right now, it says it's temporarily, on a hold, so I cannot pull off any of that record.
Well then, okay, I'm sorry, this is ridiculous. This is so ridiculous. It's like, it's on hold, so you should still be able to see everything. And if you can't, then I have lost all faith in Robinhood and I'm going to go with another company.
You can do that, but do you want me to take this hold on your account off so it doesn't interrupt you to, switch it to any other organization when you're trying to move money? Or you want to stay there, keep it as it is?
Okay, yeah, there should be no problem with me switching this, and I can do that, and probably after I get off the phone with you.
So is there a regardless that you don't want the help, and you can take care of this by yourself?
I'm not impressed with Robinhood's handling of the situation.
I mean, we're not forcing you to do anything. It's just that I want you to share a statement where you see the transaction been happening.
All right, well, okay, you told me about other transactions that were happening. Like I told you, the $1,000 that I thought was fraudulent was something that I scheduled, something that I did at the beginning of the year. I did it last year. I forgot that I did it, so that's fine. But if there's other charges on there, if you could stop that and everything, that would be great. And then I can, move my money over to Charles Schwab or E.F. Hutton.
But that's an ongoing transaction. The way we did that, we were trying to do a wire transaction of that amount. We were replicating that amount, so it's not leaving your Robinhood and going to anywhere else.
Yeah, that's the other thing. That's the other thing. Seraph Secure warned me that scammers try to use the thing you were trying to have me download, and then the bank said that you were trying to scam me. That's two things that said you were trying to scam me, and I'm worried about that now because you don't seem very competent. Did I offend you by saying that this is ridiculous and that it's and that I'm not impressed with Robinhood?
I'll see what they tell you when this situation happens with the their exchange, with their platform.
I'm sorry, what?
I mean, that kind of situation happens with Charles Schwab. I don't know what they're gonna do, but they're gonna be completely shutting off your account too.
Okay, I don't believe, I was actually with Charles Schwab before I switched to you, and I never had a problem like this. They were always very competent and speedy with everything I had to do.
Well, you can take your time, Mrs. Baby, okay? You have every right to speak to anybody. You have my number too. If you feel that you're not getting any solution from anywhere, you still can call me, okay? So I'm not forcing you to get something from you. I have put this case on a hold right now. So there's nothing we do because you don't want us to do anything. So this is something you are going to
Okay, I didn't say I didn't want you to do anything. I said I wanted you to take care of these fraudulent charges, which apparently have not been taken care of yet, and they should have immediately been taken care of.
Until and unless I am not sure that it won't happen again, and there's no sign of those unauthorized users on your account, which could be by using your networks if they're on your computer, on your phone.
Well, if you're not sure,
I will not able to cancel that transaction either. So this is something.
Okay, so you're telling me that you're not sure.
When I know which computer I'm sitting right in front of, which has your details on it.
All right, you're telling me you're not sure if this is okay. You're telling me you're not sure if this is going to happen again, which means that Robinhood is not safe for my investments. So that's number one.
I'm not sure because you're not giving me the right to make sure those devices that you use for your Robinhood account to do the a Robinhood thing with us is safe to use.
Okay, well then I need to call Apple. I need to call technical support.
People which I have these accounts with, I'm not sure.
Okay, with all due respect, Again, with all due respect, you are not technical support. You are an investment company. So I'm going to have to get off the phone with you and call Apple.
You were speaking to a customer care representative earlier, and you were transferred to the senior security manager here. When it comes to security, how does that make sense to you that the security department is somehow not technical part of the company?
Because you're an investment company. You are not technical support.
Legal department who doesn't care technically. The security department has these tools on our end. What do you think my computer does when it has your account pulled up from in my computer?
I don't know.
I do have authorities to make changes on your account, right? And better changes or any transaction that I can cancel, right? So that is the technical department. Who else is it?
All right. Well, then also you're telling me you can't cancel the fraudulent charges, and that's unacceptable.
Until I make sure that your account is safe to use for future. Because even if I cancel it now, what's the surety that the next moment won't happen again right away?
That's insane. I've never, ever in my life, I've had fraudulent charges. I actually had somebody that got hold of my social security number, tried to open up a credit card, and when I talked to the bank, they did it just like that.
Card company, cancel the charges, they give you a new card. If I tell you that I cancel the charges, I'm going to give you a completely new account. You have to make this wire transfer of $63,000 to this account so that we can secure it and put it on the next account that we create. That's what we sent you yesterday for.
Well, you actually only wanted me to wire $17,000, not the whole $63,000, and that concerned me too. That you didn't want to protect all of my money.
That's the way the transactions are coming on your account. The transaction is not for $63,000 in total. It's multiple amounts for some more. Multiple amounts of these figures. So obviously we will follow the same pattern.
I'm sorry. That's very confusing.
No, that's something which will not make sense to you again, right? Mm-hmm. You want those people to take away all the 63,000, not 17,000 or any other amounts altogether, right? Which makes it 63,000. You want them to take 63,000 straight.
I want to protect my $63,000 worth of investments.
That's what we are trying to do. So obviously, if you start teaching us how and we do this, which I've been doing personally from the last 5 years, that's something I would find not impressive from your end too. As a customer who is trying to take care of their account.
Well, if you can't secure my whole $63,000 immediately, then I will be going with somebody else.
You're going to where?
Somebody else. Charles Schwab, E.F. Hutton, somebody.
I am not saying that we are in any situation where we would like to lose you as a customer, Mr. Bailey. With due respect, with all the time you have been doing all these, things with us, the charge that you were paying till now, the fees that you were saying that we charge you extra, you were willing to pay that amount happily because all this time back in a few years that you were there with Robinhood, there was no account error or any security troubles that you faced in the past.
Right now, and the first time there is one, it's a cluster. And the very first time this happens, it's a cluster. It's not addressed immediately.
The fees are high, but if you go to Google and compare all those fraud activities happening to Charles Schwab and Robinhood has a small number. or small cases when that comes to happen to any client.
All right. Well, this is what I'm going to do.
You're paying extra for that service.
This is what I'm going to do. Listen to me very carefully, please. If you cannot secure the whole $63,000 of my investments today, in the next 2 hours, I am going to move my money.
So I have time for next 2 hours, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can I give you any instructions to follow? You will, follow those instructions nicely.
Only if it's for my whole investments. I want everything protected.
But the bank, how will the bank make sure that, they can take care of your Robinhood account?
Well, I thought that's what you were doing. I thought if I take, okay. So
you will tell them, you will urge them to make sure that they do the wire transaction. Once we receive the 17, we issue it back to you so you can do another for 17. So that's how it will all together. We'll do 17, 70s on those other transactions came for 14, some came for 12, giving it a total of 60,000 in total, not 63. They did not pull the 63 altogether, but trying to understand as a human, they're human too, right? So
all right. So I'm sorry.
They went like small as 60,000.
I'm trying to figure this out. So do I just go to my Robinhood account, transfer it into my bank account, and then wire transfer it? Is that what you're wanting me to do?
$63,000.
Mm-hmm. Out of my Robinhood account into my bank account, and then wire it to another Robinhood account.
I'll tell you what. The 63,000s are gonna stay in your Robinhood account, the same account. We'll just change the numbers once we remove those transactions. Once you do the transaction of 17,000, out of the transactions that they made one by one, I'll cancel one of them. Okay? When we do again, that cancels second of it. And there are four major transactions, which total up to $60,000. Okay? When we cancel all that, using the money on your bank account, not using the money in your Robinhood account, that's safe, that's put already on a hold.
All right, well, if it's safe, then I'm good. All right, well, if it's safe now, then it's good. Then my money's safe.
It's on hold, so they cannot do anything further. It's not...
All right, well, while it's on hold, cancel the fraudulent charges while it's on hold. While you've protected it.
The way you're doing the wire transaction is the way to cancel the transaction. They have to. I don't have a button here to press to cancel the transaction. It's past that time. When the transaction is placed, it's just 6 hours that you can cancel it. Whether it's you trying to do it, because if you go ahead and transfer money from your Robinhood to an external account, it will take 2 to 3 days, right? If you go ahead and try to do it, you will see the same thing. But when you make it for the first day, that's the same day you can cancel it. And it's past that thing. So we cannot cancel it. You called us a little bit later than that.
All right, you know what?
The transfer which is going externally to somewhere, we are keeping it to ourselves. So the money is not going externally to any other accounts because we have less time to work on it. That's why you were urged to go to the bank yesterday when there was less time.
All right, I don't feel safe anymore.
For the bank to be closed.
I don't feel safe anymore with my investments with you guys. I'm going to hang up with you and I'm going to call Charles Schwab and I'm going to have everything transferred over to them.
No issues in that. But everything is on a recorded line. So if there's something happens on your account, you have your own way to fix it, right?
I'm going to call them and have them take my investments out of your company's hands because I am not confident with your abilities anymore. It's not safe. I mean, if people are doing this and I'm getting the runaround about you stopping it, that's not cool.
It's a blue moon situation here, miss. We don't usually would love this to happen with anybody, but somehow these people bought your account. Probably when you went outside trying to use the public Wi-Fi on your phone. So that's how they bugged your account.
No, they didn't, sir. I'll correct you on that. I told the other guy I use data. I don't ever connect to public Wi-Fi. Not ever.
Somebody could have compromised your Wi-Fi address, which is in your house. If somebody gets near to a radius and try to bug your Wi-Fi, they can easily do that. And when they hack into your home Wi-Fi, they can hack into any other accounts or, devices which you have working on that Wi-Fi.
Well, then apparently I need to call Apple and Spectrum and Charles Schwab.
If you think, that everybody, in this world start using data, they would not be hacked. You all use Wi-Fis. Everybody uses the Wi-Fi.
Okay, why do you think I have Seraph Secure? It's to protect myself. I have it on my MacBook and I have it on my phone.
Somebody comes in your home Wi-Fi, Sierra would not, be able to find out if it's a different person trying to do that, because they have been using your IP address as a cover on it. So when they do it, it looks like you're trying to do it.
All right, well then I need to
Does
call
your
Apple
bank know
too.
every time you give a facial recognition to every transaction you make from the bank? No, you do it from your phone. You do it with the PIN number that you have set up. You do it with your password. And if they can compromise that, it will look like you are trying to do the transaction.
Okay, well
not
I'd like
anybody
to know
else.
how they could compromise my biometrics, my fingerprint, or my Face ID, because that's what I use.
That's not the only method you can pull off a transaction. If some cases those don't work, you always have a backup option to try it with a
All right.
code on your email or a code on your text message. And if they have compromised into your devices or your Wi-Fi on your computer, I believe all your emails and your things would be on your phone and your computer itself.
All right, well I
Right
guess
now,
I need to call
imagine,
Apple.
Imagine midnight you're sleeping and they can check your email and respond to the bank in a positive way. That's done already. You didn't even know about it. They can delete that anytime.
All right, like I said, I don't
You're
feel...
trying to have an argument here with me, what I am not able to do and what they are able to do. You don't know both.
I would feel safer if I called Apple and figure out if there is some hackers or anything on my computer, and then call Charles Schwab or E.F. Hutton and just get everything transferred out of you guys, because I'm not thrilled with your performance with this fraudulent activity.
That's totally you, Miss. I don't have a problem with that. We would make sure that any other customer would come to us. We'll try to provide the best in the market, which we are doing every day. But every customer is not satisfied somewhere. You know that, right? That's why there are a lot of exchanges online. That's why there are so many companies. So you have a choice to go anywhere and try them.
Well, yeah.
But it doesn't make us any time lower than Charles Schwab or any other company like Fidelity or BlackRock or by these services.
Right, well, don't hold my accounts, because I am going to be calling Apple and Charles Schwab here in a minute. So just let them take my
You can call me and you can make sure you can on hold the account anytime. But for now, for safety purposes, it's on a hold. You will take time to talk to Charles Schwab or Apple any time. So take that time and call me back. Don't worry. I'll be there to pick it up.
All right, thank you.
I'm not closing the case here. Thank you.
Bye.
Wonderful.
I just hung up on him. This guy's unbelievable.
The Text Now subscriber you are trying to reach is not available. Please leave your message after the tone.
Yeah, I was trying to reach John. My phone number is, but I just wanted to let you know everything's been taken care of, so thank you very much for no help, I guess.